Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Geminis. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the Gemini collective in late March 2025? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But yes, let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini in late March. What's the vibe? What's the energy for my good friends here? Let's get this card out nice and quick. Ask and you shall receive. Here it is. Okay, so I love this lady. I love her haircut. I feel like I've seen her for another sign this week. And this is, I mean, regardless of what shows up within the reading, I always feel like this is a very positive card to start off with because it could fix things. It's good with problem solving. Also very creative and imaginative. There's something about it that's like outside of the box. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. Now, first and foremost, I got to give her a nice shout out because I feel like that hairdo is super unique. So there's something about her aesthetic. I'm like, all right, that catches my eye. That's very unique. So for some Geminis, maybe you're doing something with your aesthetics in this time, how you present yourself to the outer world. But aside from that, notice that she is in front of a sewing machine. There's a rainbow coming out of the sewing machine, and she's holding a golden thread. So right now, for any Gemini, anything that lets you express your creativity is highly favored. So whether it's writing, journaling, music, art, painting, sculpting, you name it, anything that helps you get those creative juices flowing could be very beneficial for you. Okay, so whether it's for business or just creativity for itself. But one thing I always think of when I see a sewing machine, especially with a golden thread, to me, it does feel like I can make something right, or I could fix something, I could mend something. This is also a very healing type of card. So whenever I see it, I feel like it's a good sign. Whether the reading we have right now is super positive, whether it's super challenging, this tells us everything's going to be okay. It's very reassuring that something is fixable, or you could at least work with it. So we're going to put her down right there. She could keep chilling out. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card there, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for my beautiful Gemini friends. In late March, what's happening? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was definitely a vibe that felt a little wound tight, especially like on the mind. So it was titled They're Nervous. So whether you were a little more wound tight or overthinking more than usual, or it could have been somebody else, to me, the energy last week just felt very on edge. So we're going to hope that lightens up a little bit. You know how energy goes, it comes and goes. But let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Gemini friends, please. What is happening for Gemini? Thank you. Okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles in position number 1. What's going on here? It doesn't ruin the reading, that's for sure, but it could be someone that is very deep in the feelers, right? And you're not alone with this. I've been seeing it with the fire signs too, like lots of 5 of Cups. So let's get a couple more. Hopefully this is an energy that you might be coming out of. That would be really good. Okay. Speak of the 5 of Cups. There it is. So we have double 5s. We're going to get one more. Then we'll start piecing it together. These are energies that do feel a little bit challenging, but I just want to see what shows up on the back before we... All right, thank you. Okay. So I like the elemental mixture that we have going on. We do have the Knight of Cups right here on the back, which to me is a silver lining. That's a bright spot within the reading itself, because that tells me like, yeah, there's some challenging energy here in the front, but the Knight of Cups, it's giving me a bright spot. It's giving me hope, which is good. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, as far as the elements go, I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm feeling. Because we do have a lot of water and earth. Now, when we have water, which is cups, that's the realm of emotion, the realm of feeling, creativity, just like we saw with that very first oracle card, but it also links to love and personal relationships. We do have earth, which is more of like the outer world, business, money, family, things like that. So when we mix water and earth together, that's usually very beneficial and it can represent potential. But we do have the repeating fives, which could be number signs. You might be getting more of those than you normally do. And these could be some sort of challenge that we'll definitely want to dig into further, because the energy does come in pretty heavy here in the front. But here in the back, it does start to lighten up. Let's go through each one piece by piece and really start to build this story out. So position number one, we are starting here with the Five of Pentacles. Now you see these people, they're like out in the cold, it's snowing, it looks freezing. And yeah, this is a challenging card. Now for some of you, watch out for any issues with work, with business, money things. That could be it when this card is here. It's not all bad, and I'll say the same thing for the Five of Cups. Not all bad. There are bright spots to these cards, but this can represent a problem. It can represent a situation of some sort, whether it's like a serious one or one that could be affecting you. Now, when we get challenge cards, it's always important to remember that they're on a spectrum. It could be something very, very minor. Could just be feeling a little down, feeling a little gloomy, but it could also be major, right? It could be someone that's like really, really in their feelings or hurt about something. The Five of Pentacles, there could be feelings of loneliness. There could be feelings of longing for somebody or someone longing for you, because this card can be isolation in some form. Now, the Five of Pentacles, the positive of it, just like with the next card we have coming up, it can represent a minor setback where it's like, all right, this isn't comfortable. This isn't the best case scenario, but I will get through it. It's a temporary thing. So that's a good thing. We will see when we clarify, when we get more detail. But moving to the center, we have a card that is very similar. We have the Five of Cups. Now, this card, they have a lot of similar themes, especially with the repeating fives. There's something that's like coming to my mind, especially the numerology. Aside from you possibly seeing like repeating numbers and things like that, repeating fives, they're representative of similar to a tower type of energy. So yeah, it could be shock. It could also represent drastic change or very intense, powerful shifting and changing energy. So hopefully you're shifting out of this into something positive if we're being very optimistic. But the Five of Cups is called the River of Tears. We see our pal here. He's all dressed in black. He's gothed out. He's emo, and he's not having the best time. Now, on the spectrum, like I mentioned, this could just be a little glum. It could be a little bit down, but at the same time, it could be someone that is really, really affected by something and hurting. So we'll definitely need to look at this. So yeah, very similar to the Five of Pentacles. It could represent isolation, a little bit of solitude. Might be somebody that you're missing, or vice versa. I mean, it could be two people in a very similar energy as well, especially with Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups. These energies they rhyme, right? They're not identical, but they do rhyme. So this could be you and another person. So we'll take a look at this, but as with the one before it, the positive is that it's not permanent. Notice as I put this card back, there's still two cups that are standing. There's still things on the horizon. So it's like you will get through this or you will get over this. Now, moving to the back, we have the Knight of Cups, which I feel like was definitely needed in this spread because it does come in and lighten the mood. Now, for a portion of you might be connected to a water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. If that's not the case, the Knight of Cups represents things like we saw in the very first oracle card. It could be very creative, emotionally expressive. If this is a person, it could be a very smooth talker. It's usually an easygoing, easy-flowing energy, and Knights represent action, and they can also be communicators or talkers. So with all this heavy energy here in the front and the Knight of Cups, yeah, sure, there might be a very important conversation coming up or something that you need to get off your chest. And I will say this, I've been doing a lot of personal readings for Geminis in recent days and weeks, so it kind of makes sense. So like even just talking about certain things could help. But I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. Let's see what's happening for my Gemini friends. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Pentacles. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Five of Pentacles. Why is that Five of Pentacles here for my good friends? Please. Where's that Five of Pentacles here? The deck is being very specific for you now. There we go. Okay. All right, so we do have the Devil in the upright underneath the Five of Pentacles, and this could be a situation or something that just seems very stubborn and it seems to be holding on for whatever reason. Now, again, another thing I want to mention, especially now that we are seeing that there are some problematic energies in this week's reading, none of this is ever fully set in stone. Always know that. Human beings, we are creator beings. It is very possible for us to turn a challenge into a win, a negative into a positive. And hopefully that's what we're going to see throughout this reading, where we can transmute this heavy energy into a positive. But the Devil is very grounded. It's Capricorn energy. So if you're connected to Capricorn, that lightens it a little bit. They get this due to the goat symbolism, but the Devil could be a lot of things, right? It could be a whole number of different challenges. It could be obsessive thoughts. It could be something that's on your mind that you can't get off your mind. It could be addictions. It could be certain patterns. It could be toxic individuals. So it could be any number of different problems or issues or situations when this is here. And it is something that I would take seriously, but at the same time, it just feels like something that it's hanging on. That's a big theme with the Devil card, is like, all right, well, it's not so easily resolved, or even if it was resolved, like there's just something about it that it continues to linger. So when I see the Five of Pentacles with the Devil, I'm like, yeah, no, this could either be a serious situation or a problem. And it's like, even if I address it, the energy is still lingering. So I'm going to hope that it improves and continues to improve as we move forward throughout the reading. But Five of Pentacles, Devil, that is not the easiest energy to work through. So if that's not you, it could be someone you're connected to. Let's keep moving to the Five of Pentacles. I feel like it's very important to stay optimistic in this time, regardless of the challenges that pop up. Try your best to see a silver lining. But let's go in on the Five of Cups, because this could just be our starting point. We don't know how it's going to go the rest of the way. So let's see what's up with that Five of Cups. And we'll get over to the Knight as well. So where's the Five of Cups here? Okay. Three of Swords in reverse. It's getting better. It does start to improve. It does start to get better, because although it's still a challenge here in the center, it's not as challenging, especially with the Three of Swords in reverse, because that is one of the cards of healing, right? Like, especially underneath the Five of Cups. So it's like, all right, it was really, really rough here. This could be something that really affected you, but then there is this change that begins here in the center, the Five of Cups. The energy starts to loosen up a little bit. It starts to lighten. Now, the Three of Swords in reverse is good, because it tells me the energy is starting to turn around. So I just want to mention, especially with the Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the repeating fives. Now, what we're seeing here in the middle, there could be various things. And let's say you're not going through any issues. Let's just say that. Be very optimistic. If you're not going through any issues, there could be various things where you're having a change of heart, a change of feeling, or situations where, all right, this is starting to turn. It's giving me an energy of something about to do a 180. Okay, like it's, all right, no, the energy's starting to turn. Now I'm seeing little hints. So this could be really good, especially with the Three of Swords in reverse, because that's the energy of improvement. So I will say, yeah, I do see some potential situations or problems here in the cards, but I also see the energy shifting out, which is super positive to me. But let's keep moving over to the Knight of Cups. We'll see what's up with that. And again, for some of you, if you're going through any relationship things, it could be two people in a similar mode. That's for sure, like mirroring off of each other. But I see the energy lingering, but starting to shift out. So let's go in on the Knight of Cups. Then we'll do our recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Knight of Cups here, please? Could this be a conversation of sorts? Why is the Knight of Cups here, please? Thank you. And there it is. There it is. So we do have the Wheel of Fortune right here on the back end. So it's like the energy completely changes from front to back. This is really, really good. Really claimable energy. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck. It is also one of the Karmic cards. Now, for a portion of Geminis out there, this whole spread could represent a time of metamorphosis and a time of like karmic change. Now, everyone, on their life's journey. We're in different stages, right? We're all going through the journey together, but we're all in different stages. When I see this, to me, it's a metamorphosis. Like from front to back, it's like, yeah, this energy, it's ingrained, it's really heavy, it's really tough, gets better, and then boom, by the time we hit the end, it's done a full 180. It has. So I do feel like there's a lot of energies that are changeable in this time. So if you are going through any issues or things that have been bothering you for a long time, just know that the energy is not fully stuck. It is changeable, regardless of where you are within it. Now, the Wheel of Fortune, it's Jupiter energy. It's very expansive. It's the good luck charm, the four-leaf clover of the tarot deck. So whenever it lands, it always makes me feel optimistic and happy. But the thing with the wheel, it does connect to karmic energy, and it is very fast, very sudden. So again, for a lot of Geminis, this could be a surprising change where it's like, not doing nothing, not really doing much. I'm starting to see signs, and then boom, the energy changes like unexpectedly or surprisingly out of nowhere. That could be good, but just keep in mind, this could be a lot of different things. There could be things that you're feeling or certain opinions you have or how you view a person. Like the energy just feels very changeable to me. Okay, and if there's any sign that could deal with it, it would be the Geminis. You are generally good at going with the flow in various things, so I think it's good for you. But let's go through and do a quick recap, because the energy is all about change and shifting vibes. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we're starting with the 5 of Pentacles clarified by the Devil. That's rough, right? And any reader will tell you that. This energy, it feels stuck. It could feel like it's stuck in place. There's something that's lingering. It's not moving. It's not improving. It's like really difficult. So whether it's a serious situation or a problem, could be both. But moving to the center, that's where the energy starts to really begin its shift. And it's like I'm seeing little signs, like I kind of feel it. I'm seeing little hints that something's about to change here. Also keep in mind, especially as we get to the back end, you might be in a time of metamorphosis, like going into a cocoon and coming out a butterfly. But it goes slow and then boom, kicks in real quick. Because on the back end, we have the Knight of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune, very expansive. Karmic, so again, a lot of you could be going through some powerful karmic changes or going through certain cycles, but I do feel for a lot of you, the energy does do a 180. But just be cautious with that in this time, because it could be various things like feelings, emotions, thought processes, situations, could be career, work, you name it. Like there could be a lot of things that are changeable, like it's moving on the fly. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Gemini. What's happening in the shadows, please? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be good too. So let's get you one. If you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What's up with Gemini, please? Go. Thank you. 2 of Cups. All right, so there is more of this watery type of energy, especially in the shadows. Now, the 2 of Cups is generally a card that represents partnerships, connections, people that we are very closely tied to. It could be soul bonds, you name it. Now, listen, I know there's Geminis here that relationships aren't even on their mind, and that's totally fine. If that's the case, the 2 of Cups is an easy flowing, easy going type of energy. So it kind of fits the bill with what we're seeing, because remember, this is a shadow card. So the energy could really start to lighten up for you in a powerful way. But there are some Geminis out there that may still have some energetic influence of a soul tie or soul connection that's affecting them. Whether it's something you're still healing from, when maybe it's a person that's like, I still kind of feel them. Like, I don't know why, like you may not have talked to him for a while, but it's like, I still kind of feel this person's vibe. Okay, so just watch your intuition in this time, especially with people you're connected to. So Gemini, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live. But for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments Where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey, and you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.